think of me? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and want to apologize for your wrongs?
Hello and welcome to the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Lexi Couture, with all things couture, and I am joined here with my lovely co-host.
Hey, great big world out there. How you doing? This is Shavana, the financial femme. How are you, world? Hey, CEO Lexi.
How you doing?
Sharon Locked, Love, Loans, and Lifestyle.
Yeah, you guys are ready for this weather. I'm sad. Talk to me in October again when it's kind of chilly.
No, thank you. We're ready for spring. We are ready for summer and all that good vitamin D. How you guys been? How's the week been?
Busy.
I don't want to ask you because you're talking
Busy.
about taxes and all
It's
deadlines and
it's just been busy all across the board.
I know,
with just everything, and you know what? It never ceases to amaze me how much stuff I find out about taxes every year. When you think you in your field and you think you just not know everything because no one knows everything, right? But it's like the little smallest things that come up. You be like, you didn't know this?
Yeah, and then it's also always changing too. So
nothing changes when it comes to your name if you have not changed it.
Well, I mean, like tax laws and things like that. There's always changes in the law,
and I get that. And I actually had a person this week sit and tell me that I don't think you know what you're doing because I'm not getting a refund.
Oh, geez.
Well, sweetheart, you made $180,000 with $102 of withholdings. No. Well, they were supposed to be taking the money from me.
The math ain't mathing.
Right. But did you look at your Did you look at your check stub? No, they just deposited. Why won't you look at your check stub? For what? I get direct deposit. This is why.
Jeez.
This is just why.
Yeah. So I had an amazing week.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, amazing. It's always going to be amazing. Words are we have to be intentional about our words.
Absolutely.
And it's just a building block this week. I've been just building.
So, I got to ask, how's the toe doing?
Girl. The toe is toe-licious.
Oh, all right, toe-licious toe. Welcome back, Char's toe.
Char is putting on shoes today and tomorrow, and we'll see. And it's not as crooked. I still have them, like paired together.
Okay.
But it's not as bad. And the pain generally comes in the evening. It's not like throbbing during the day. So,
well, as long as you keep it elevated, should be good.
Listen, nothing's gonna stop me from being fabulous. So
I know that's right.
Not the broke toe.
Nothing. I've had knee surgery 3 times on one knee. Nothing. You see, I still wear as high as 6 inches.
Yes,
nothing's gonna stop me.
So we have a great show today. We have 2 fantastic guests as we continue to celebrate Women's History Month. We're going to be joined by Dr. Janice Speaks. Can I call her that? Is it Dr. Janice Speaks, or do we have to do the whole name? I'm always got a question.
What's her whole name?
Because her website's Dr. Janice Speaks. And so I didn't know if that was like her other name.
Her tag name?
Yeah.
Well, I call her Dr. Fortman.
Dr. Fortman.
That's what I call her.
And then we're also going to be joined by Toya J. Banks. So that's exciting.
That's absolutely super exciting because she's the only African-American woman in the United States that owns a brand of tequila.
Let's give it up again. Happy Women's History Month.
You know this is important. Char has the laptop up. It's not packed away behind 1,800 folders and some binders. It is literally up and posted and ready.
Look, Char boogied in here very fast. Apparently,
so let me tell you what
tell
happened.
Us what happened.
I was pulled over by Illinois' finest. I was, actually, stopped and detained for less than a minute.
Oh, that's good.
I love it.
So was the toe
told
speeding?
Him about her toe.
Was the toe
allegedly the toe was riding the shoulder?
Okay, all right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So the toe's still acting up a little bit.
Yeah. The toe was shouldering it.
Yes.
I'm telling you, traffic was disrespectful. Like I was in traffic.
There's construction traffic. It's crazy.
They said it was 2 accidents.
It was.
There was some accidents. Whatever road it is, I take. Y'all know I'm terrible with. Look, I'm grateful for GPS. So whatever highway this is right here.
What highway is that? Because I need to take it because you're south too, right? So I need that highway.
Whatever that is, I have to look because
I need something to avoid 290.
But no, it was construction traffic though.
coming from?
So I'm coming from south. I'm coming from,
Yeah.
south. So
It was construction traffic when I was coming up. And it had probably like 10 minutes on, but I was like, okay, we still going.
Yeah, and it
We
slowed
still
us
10
gonna
down.
minutes
get
would
it.
have been good. It said that I had a 26-minute delay and I wouldn't have arrived until 3:38.
Jeez.
Baby, you see what time I got here?
Hello.
So
the Toby
so
towing.
it was allegedly.
It was of course,
It was
allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're not going to incriminate the toe.
No,
we're not doing that.
We're not.
That's crazy. So I do want to let you guys know, our listeners, today from 3 to 6 p.m. there is that grocery giveaway over there at the Orchestration Institute, 4757 West Lake Street, that is presented by Divinely Orchestrated and Hojo Family Assistance Program. They be having some good stuff. I seen the pictures. I
What?
was like,
Really?
What? For what?
for the grocery
For the
giveaway.
grocery giveaway.
Yeah,
Will they be upset if we came and got in line?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's for everybody.
You think so? I think if we pulled up in cars and jury, I think
I want to see
they'd
if
be
they got some
looking at us.
eggs. That's all I want. I just need to know.
You still on
Just
this
I just
egg
need a
hunt?
couple. I need a
You
couple
still on
dozen.
this egg
Just need a
hunt?
couple dozen out, y'all. But that is every Monday. But today it's going to be from 3 to 6 p.m. So that's going on now. Go get them free groceries at 4757 West Lake Street over there in Chicago. That's on the west side.
Groceries is high.
So I deterred a little bit I got off the expressway. So I took some side streets down.
Okay.
And to my surprise, and I've worked on, the west side of Chicago before, but to my surprise, they were holding up traffic selling CDs and sandwiches. And then I got to another corner and then there was a guy selling something because traffic was backed up. And I'm thinking, are you guys kidding me?
I'm with the selling of CDs. I don't want a side of the road sandwich. That sounds a little suspicious, but sometimes I get hungry.
We don't even use CDs anymore.
Quick drive through right
We
there.
don't use CDs.
Who
So it
don't-
was
who don't
probably
use CDs?
So it was probably CDs or not.
I have
Like,
a
they
CD
don't-
player in my truck.
I have a tote of CDs that I still go back to and listen to. I will
Yeah.
pull out
I love
New
a good
Edition
CD.
in a heartbeat.
It's not mainstream. They don't sell devices currently.
They do. Amazon.
Yeah, they do.
If
And
you
I
walk-
actually bought a cassette player off Amazon.
Yes.
So I got Terry a old school record player, cassette player. You can plug in stuff and put the USB port and download. It was like all in one. Real cool, right? Retro.
Mhm.
But the CDs are retro, guys. Stop it.
You go.
We don't even. Do you have CD? Do you DVDs and CDs are like
I
almost
do.
obsolete?
And I still buy DVDs. Thank you. As a matter of fact, I just bought Sing 2. Thank you. Sure did.
I feel like she just tried to call us old, and I don't like
No,
it.
I'm just
Right.
trying to
So
say
I'm gonna
let it
keep my
go.
CDs in
Right.
my MP3s and whatever else I can
That-
listen
that
to
part.
music on. So shout out to everybody that's still selling CDs out there on the side of the road.
Right. I support that hashtag.
And let
I don't because
those the entrepreneurs we need to bring in here because they making money.
so
They,
listen,
they are.
what
I
I
need to
started
know
to
the
do
sandwiches.
was
I
I
need
wish
to
I
know.
had a book because I was like, there's administrative notice of violations here. This is not good.
Oh geez.
And only because they were slowing up me with traffic. Like traffic literally was backed up. And I'm thinking like somebody's hit or something. No, they're pulling over. And then they were doing the next little point, probably 4 or 5 blocks down, they were selling sandwiches and you can get like a banana or orange with it or whatever he was
So
handing a
what's
man.
the difference
Seems very
between them
healthy.
selling bottled water when it's hot outside? What's the difference?
It's all unlawful. You
that
can't
water
be doing
looks
that.
good. I ain't gonna lie.
It
Sometimes
do.
on a
When it
hot
be
summer day
hot,
and I see that
girl,
frosty
come on
water,
through
I'll be
here.
like, ooh. if they have Ice Mountain, they gonna get me.
So how much do they charge for the water on the side?
$1 a bottle.
You guys are buying water from people you don't know.
You go to the grocery store. Do you know them people at the grocery store?
At least at
No.
the grocery store, they're licensed, they're insured, they're inspected. So there's policies and procedures.
And
in
these same
place.
people go to that same store that's licensed, policied, and they buy these items to sell to people like
so
us.
you do know that there's a way that we can put the top on it and sell it, and you never know it was open, right?
Of course, I
You're
know
taking a chance with these
You-
unknown
I haven't
People.
purchased them. I just said they look good on them hot summer days, and they nice and frosty, and they be holding it up, and I be tempted.
And they
But I
go in that
usually
cooler
keep
that got
these.
all that ice.
I usually
girl,
keep my
yes.
water with me. But however, I am grateful that people are out here selling waters and sandwiches and fruit instead of drugs and other illegal things.
Listen,
So,
Right.
they
so
can
shout out to them
listen. I will
entrepreneurs.
mind my
Right.
business if it doesn't slow me up.
Look, y'all just gotta let Shar get through. Otherwise,
Right.
everyone going to jail.
That part, because notice she done turned it about her. She don't care what they doing in actuality.
Y'all gotta let Shar
She
through.
just said, long as she can get to where she gotta go. So
I'm like, yeah. I mean, part of having a business is being structured. I'm like, this
they
is
are
gonna
structured.
No,
this is their
it's
business
not.
hours.
This is gonna
She
shut
said
you
it's
down.
causing traffic.
Yeah, this is
an
going to shut
issue.
you down because people are going to call the district in which it occurs and complain. This is going to shut your business down.
Did you call-
however illegal it is?
Did you call the district, Shar?
I say nothing. Listen, I'm going to keep my comments on that to myself, but that was not right.
Allegedly, there was a complaint.
Allegedly.
There was a complaint filed.
So anybody that's listening, this is a public service announcement.
I was like, what in the toe nation is going
Oh,
on
geez.
here?
There you go. Y'all gotta let Shar pass Sandwich Man and Waterman and Season
Especially-
Man.
Don't pay her no attention.
Let her through.
She gonna lecture you. Don't pay no. Just listen and nod your head.
But what was mystifying is people were lined up to purchase this stuff.
Hey,
Why
and I'm
wouldn't they
thinking-
be?
there must
in
be
my-
some good sandwiches,
No,
some
girl,
good music.
I think the sandwich was probably. I said I need to probably look more into this.
Oh,
The sandwiches were
geez.
probably just a
Oh,
cover.
not a cover.
No, Sharp. People are literally out there selling sandwiches. Just like you got people that sell dinners.
On the side of the road.
Yeah, I'm not buying a dinner off the side
I'm
of the
just
road.
saying.
You've gone too far.
Right. But don't act like it ain't happened here. You know where we at.
No,
And let's go further south. What's that? 87?
Yeah,
we're
I'm-
not selling dinners on the side of the road.
I
They
don't want it.
dance, but
I
they're
don't
not
want it.
selling dinners on the side of the road.
Yeah. Look,
I'll stop.
I
Give
done
me a
seen
bag
it
of
all.
chips.
I done seen it all here. Like nothing ceases to amaze me. That's why I love this city. Like
Yeah.
nothing ceases to amaze me.
That's all I'm gonna say is
But hey, if you can't afford the side of the road sandwiches, that grocery giveaway is going on. And also, I do want to mention Shy Blizz, the crown holder, Aries versus Everybody Birthday Bash is going down Friday, April 11th, 9 p.m., 1518 East 63rd Street in Chicago. $20 donations at the door. He's got sections available. So that's going on. And yeah, that's it for my events. I have a really, really short talking segment that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to pass it on because we do have 2 interviews today. And like I said, Shar and Shavonna get a little long-winded, y'all. So I'm gonna let them have their.
You know what, CEO?
I ain't gonna be
Lexi?
looking at the clock today.
You know what, CEO
So-
Lexi?
So I'm gonna let them have it. So for all things couture today, I want to talk about filling the spaces that fit your future.
Mm.
And this is something that I wrote a while ago. And I was actually going to do this on our show earlier this year, or maybe it was last year. And I kind of pushed it back. So we're gonna go ahead and read this from the big book of big ideas.
I
So
love that name.
our environments as kids are out of our control. However, as adults, we are in control. Healing, if needed, is our responsibility. Sometimes we don't get the apologies we deserve, and honestly, apologies do not reverse the pain and hurt. The closure we look for happened when it was over. Poverty is not a life sentence. You have to change your mindset to change your life. Do not accept breadcrumbs when you are the recipe to success and the keys to the bakery are in your hands. Every day we rise, we are granted a new opportunity to change. The most minuscule change can create a profound impact in our lives. If you don't like where you are, move. Make a move. You own the freedom to get up and decide this isn't what you want anymore. Fill the spaces that fit your future. Fill the voids, the disappointments, and pain with love, healing, and acceptance. Fill the lack of discipline with routine, organization. Sometimes we look for success and growth. We look for a future that we desire in spaces it cannot exist. In order to attract what we work hard to deserve, we have to let go of those things and people that are holding us back. We must let go of what doesn't serve our highest potential and purpose. Bad habits, unhealthy relationships, family and friends included. Once we've cleared and cleansed our spaces, we not only have created room for growth, new things, and experiences, but we've also now mentally prepared ourselves to receive it all. Fill the spaces that fit your future. If you desire a life of abundance, in addition to putting in the work required, you must be in spaces where abundance resides. And how we attract abundance is by believing it exists for us and not chasing. If you spend your time chasing butterflies, they'll fly away. If you plant a beautiful garden, the butterflies will come to you. When we focus on improving ourselves, everything we want comes to us. We attract based on who we are, not what we want. Don't chase, attract, and fill those spaces that fit your future.
How
Come on
amazing.
through here. I love that. I receive that. And can you email me that?
So, how amazing and how appropriate. This week, I spoke with two of the civilians that work at my job, and it was basically the same thing.
Hold on. Let's civilians that work at your job. Can you explain that to us that
So
have
they're-
no idea what that means?
So, civilians that aren't law enforcement are employed.
Or like admin,
um,
something like that.
they do. No, they're not admin. They give them other titles.
Okay.
Civilians.
Civilians.
Okay.
Yeah.
just was
I mean, no,
curious.
they have.
I was
So
curious.
they're civilians, but they have other titles.
Okay.
Like, say you can be a detention aide.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got
Yeah.
you.
So that kind of,
Okay.
those kind of things.
All right.
And I happened to be speaking with one of them or a couple of them. And that was my whole thing. Where you start out is not where you finish. And it's tiny steps. It's accountability. That's where we lose a lot of everything. One of them had, we were talking about the me syndrome. You can't finish a conversation without somebody thinking already and reacting to, I've been attacked, and that's your response. So it's all the same things. Where you start is not where you necessarily have to finish. It's baby steps, and it's a mindset.
We're
growth.
planting those seeds right now. Happy spring, happy new year. Where spring equinox is here. I'm excited. I'm out of hibernation. I got to go get these toes done.
I'm
Look.
ready for
So
snow.
how you don't have your toes done?
Because I'm busy.
I went and got my toes done, and it was leaning. It was broke.
Well, Shar, we can expect that from you.
If I could drop my feet off and then come pick them up.
Right, like clothes.
So you
right?
know what I do? I schedule the emails and things that I have to do while I'm getting my feet
Oh,
done.
I don't want to
So-
work when I'm getting my toes done.
Oh, girl, yeah, I have
Child,
to.
no. I want to take a little nap.
Everything's about
Everything's about Shar. Did you forget that?
That's working though.
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah. Everything is about me organizing so that I can get the maximum out of every experience.
I want to get the maximum of getting my feet rubbed in that little wax bag they put it in. And
Girl,
I don't
don't
want to
that
think
feel
about work.
good?
I turn everybody
Yes.
off. Yes. I
Oh.
don't want to.
So
I would turn y'all off on the group chat. Don't you dare message me when these toes
How-
getting rubbed
how-
on.
How about my phone is on silent when it's my day? Like, I'm
Yeah.
at the shop.
You got to cut people
it's-
off. That
it's-
self-care shot.
It's gonna
So,
have to wait till I
self-
get done.
well, I know you're not talking because you're a mommy. So we never get to cut it off.
Nobody's at the nail shop with me but me.
But yeah, I got to keep my phone on.
Sharpie emailing in the shower. I'm
I
over
do.
it.
Right. I can't.
No,
She's
I
got
do
that
take a
laptop.
shower
She be
and
over
I
there.
I put the phone on the
Oh,
little
jeez.
stand, and I will finish a conversation because I can do two things at once.
I get it.
Lord have mercy.
So that was my short little segment for the Couture Life. We're actually going to go ahead and get into a quick music break because we got some guests coming up and we want to get them in and we want to learn everything about these women. Happy Women's
Miss
History
Month.
Month.
yes,
ladies.
Yes. It's,
And shout out to our super producer, Wanda B. Speaking
hey,
of women
Wanda B.
in business, it's a Super Business Women Show on Intellectual Radio. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and want to apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and want to apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Now so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub that love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and all them lonely nights I'm crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me? Realize after all this long. Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Either way, I see a brighter day. By the way, do you think of me when the radio plays all my jams, heavy rotation? And again, do you think of me when you see me in the magazines? Do you think of me and what you could have with me? Do you think of me? Of course you do. None bad to me. Do you think of me? Mic checking, say trapping. Do you think of me and realize you're the reason I'm stressing? Do you think of me? Rewind me again. Learn a lesson. Do you think of me now that I'm running the league? You guessed it when it comes to this ink pen. Some call it gifted. I call it all the above. I've been blessed from the beginning. Do you think of me? Does it hurt to see I'm forever winning? Do you think of me? Got back all the peace, toxic love ever costed me. Honestly, it's sad to see you never really rock with me. Love is dead. Rest in peace. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think
Welcome back to the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Lexi Couture. And you know I'm going to pass this on over to the financial femme, Shavonna M. Jackson. We have
You
a
say
special
that-
guest in the building.
You say that with so much enthusiasm. I love it.
We weren't allowed to call you Miss Jackson for a long time, right?
You could have always called me. You can call me anything but late for dinner, because I'm not gonna be late for dinner.
So are you Alan Jackson or just Jackson?
I'm whatever you want me to be, long as I ain't late for dinner.
Okay, well, okay.
I
do you
wouldn't say
sign your
that because
check?
I got a very vivid imagination.
Right.
Take it where you want to take it.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
She upset because it's spring.
I love those earrings, Shar.
Thank you.
What? This is Dr. Fortman. This is what we do on the show, as you could
I
tell.
see.
As you could tell, you see all the love between us,
Yes,
right?
I think that's wonderful.
Welcome to the show.
Yes,
Thank you
Dr.
very
Fortman.
much.
It
Thank you
is
very
such a
much.
pleasure to have this. Am I allowed to say diva on this show? Oh my God, Dr. Fortman. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, thank you for coming, because you're always busy. Thank you for being in Illinois.
Okay.
You don't reside in Illinois?
She does. She's just always on a plane.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Yes. And so when I get grown, I want to be like that. Like, Dr. Fortman, are you here? Well, I don't know. Let me check my calendar.
I'm here for you, dear.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I love it. I love it. Well,
She gonna fix all our love lives today, right?
Impossible.
Whatever.
I don't know if we
Shar.
got enough time.
Right.
Whatever. Well, I want to point out a couple important facts about Dr. Fortman. Dr. Fortman is a renowned public speaking coach, relationship coach, and an award-winning author. Fact number 2, with over 20 years of experience, Dr. Fortman was celebrated for her expertise in effective communication dynamics. Fact number 3, in 2022, at the age of 80, Dr. Fortman was crowned.
Wait.
Right.
80 what?
That's what I said when I first met her.
Those are in dog years. It couldn't be in human years.
It
Because she
can't
looks
be.
amazing.
And when I got her ID, when I met her, I told her I need the real one because this is fake. But at the age of 80,
I want to know what she's doing because nothing else you saying matter. You know, beauty is my thing.
I
Tell
think her
us.
accolades might have something to do with it.
Right.
She gotta
Think
fix
so?
the love.
Can I finish what
It's
she
the
got?
love.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ooh.
In 2022, at age 80, Dr. Fortman was crowned Miss Senior Illinois America, with her achievement celebrated on Times Square billboard in New York City. Fact number 4, Dr. Fortman presence goes beyond television, ladies. She's a host of the popular show Relationships Matters TV and the Mother-Daughter Relationship Show. Dr. Fortman.
Congratulations.
Well,
All
thank
of
Well,
that.
you
I
go,
appreciate
girl.
it.
All of that.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All of that. Like you had me doing some research. Like, let's start there. Because
Okay.
I'm not in school and I want to go back to school.
Okay.
And your words just took me in a whole nother direction. We were actually having a conversation on the show last week about Google and the dictionary. And I actually had to use Google Shar. Thank you.
Welcome to the 21st century.
So reading through your information and your accolades and all your accomplishments, it stood out to me that you chose to say effective communication. And that took me for a loop because I'm like, you could just talk. Say what you want to say how you feel. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's what. Let me look up this word. Like, she literally had me doing research. So I looked up effective communication, and effective communication is the process of successfully conveying information, ideals, and messages between two or more people, resulting in a mutual understanding and satisfaction for both the sender and receiver. Now, that's a lot in one sentence, but what stood out to me was process, successfully, understanding, and satisfaction. That's a lot for communication. Like, I don't have that much to say. What if I just want to say, come pick me up? Does
What,
it
what does that mean?
You forgetting the word effective.
right?
Effective.
And,
Right.
and I kept going back over it, and I kept researching, and I kept digging, and I kept finding, and I was like, wow, I think I have been talking the wrong way. Let me try to implement some of this. And I replayed a couple of our conversations that you and I have shared, and I was like, she was like this. I remember her doing it and saying it like this. Wow. And I saw the change as I'm sitting there communicating in the mirror with myself. I saw the change. And I'm just astonished. Like, wow, you do a lot. When does school start?
No, when I talk about effective communication, it's all in what you said. Even when you said, "Come pick me up," what does that mean? Does that mean you want me to pick you up, or do you want me to come somewhere and get you? So, in other words, we have to really think about what we're saying and what it really means to someone. Now, the first thing I want to say about effective communication is listening. Listening is something that we take for granted, but we listen to respond. In other words, you're saying something, she's saying something, I'm saying something, but usually before we can get the whole sentence out of our mouths, that listeners, when I say listener, I'm doing this, is responding because they're thinking about what am I going to say when she finishes or he finishes. When we do that, there are misunderstandings because you end up saying, no, well, no, that's not what I meant. Well, you didn't listen. That's number one. Number two, your words can mean more than one thing. If I say to you, Shavana, yeah, you are the best accountant I've ever seen.
Girl, yes, I love you.
But
She didn't let you finish.
see, oh my goodness. You didn't let me finish. Okay, because you responded
I did. That
before
was a
I could even
compliment.
finish.
That was a compliment.
Well, were you looking at me when I said it? Because I was frowning.
Yeah, I was looking at you, but it was still a compliment.
Okay, but what's the difference in me saying it to you frowning and the
And
difference
smiling.
in yes,
Big difference.
it's a big difference. So effective communication has a lot to do with not just our words, but our body language, our eye contact, our tone of voice, all of that.
And you're right. You are so right. Because now that I think about it, I think Shar really has that tone when she talks to me when I talk about the IRS. It shows in her tone. We're gonna save that for a later show.
All roads
Wait a
lead back
minute.
to Shar.
I see her shaking her
All
head.
roads lead back to Shar.
Because no, but I really had to do some extensive research on that because it takes me to another place when you think of communication.
Mhm.
And I know it's about, as you said, eye contact, your tone, what you're presenting, what you're conveying, and you want that response
Mhm.
and you want it in a positive way.
Mhm.
Even if it's constructive criticism, you still want to be able to receive that. And I was just amazed at communicating effectively. I actually put it into practice at work. Like, even when I got some irate clients, I was just like,
Shavana,
take a break. And
we need you to put it into practice here too.
I do. I'm going to always talk about the IRS, Shar.
Now, let me say this. She just demonstrated something because there are really four different ways that we communicate.
Yes.
So now your words, there's, a passive communicator, and then there's that passive aggressive communicator.
Yes.
And what you said, that was a little passive aggressive.
Oh, I know. I intended it
Oh,
for it to
okay,
be.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. So you recognize that.
Oh, yes. It was intentional.
Okay,
Me and
okay.
Shavana in this IRS thing. It was intentional.
Okay, all right,
It
okay,
was very
all
intentional.
right. And some of us are passive, and some of us are aggressive.
I'm probably on the spectrum. I think I go slide back and forth.
Okay,
I'm the firstborn. That gives me some authority. My job gives me some authority.
okay.
I'm the head of the household. That gives me some authority. So
Mhm.
I'm sure I slide back and forth on the spectrum.
And we all do, because there's certain times that sometimes we need to be a little passive. Sometimes we need to
Absolutely.
be passive aggressive, maybe to get our point across. Sometimes we need to be aggressive. So it's nothing wrong with either one.
Right. So depending on the situation, who I'm speaking with, and what I'm trying to get out of the situation will determine
Yes.
how I address them.
Well, see, you are an effective communicator.
That's because of what I do.
All
That's the
right.
only reason why. It helps me stay alive.
Well, Dr. Fortman, let's help me get a better understanding. What made you decide to say, I'm going to go into effective communication? Like, I want to focus on this. I want to walk this walk. I want to teach this. I want other people to know that this is important and why. How did this start?
Okay, it's a little story.
I'm ready.
Okay. Now, I am the only girl, and my mom and I, as we got older, we had a problem communicating, and we would argue all the time. If I said blue, she would say black. It was, and I couldn't understand, why is it that we can't get along? Why is it that it's something wrong with the words I say? So she looked at me and she said, "Well, you know what, Janice? It's the way you look at me. It's the tone of your voice. It's your body language." And I thought, really, maybe this is what's happening in my professional life. So I worked for Chicago Public Schools, and so anyway, we were in this big meeting, and we had to brainstorm some ideas about how to help children help their reading comprehension. And so when it was my turn, I got up and I said my idea, and I got okay. About 10 minutes later, someone else, same idea, said it differently. And I thought, wait a minute. Oh, and then anyway, oh my God, that's what we're going to implement. And I thought, wait a minute, I just said that. What the heck is happening? And I thought about what my mother said. And I thought, you know what? There is an issue in the way that I am communicating. Plus, my best girlfriend would tell me sometimes, you sound so arrogant. What? What are you talking about? And then my husband has said, because he's watching, it's the way you said it. Okay. So that's why I decided, number one, I wanted to improve the relationship with my mom. And then number two, I wanted to be a better communicator in my professional life. So I did, research, surveys, joined Toastmasters and everything so I could learn how to be an effective communicator. Then I could see with other people, especially in their professional lives, that they had a problem effectively communicating. And it's just little nuances that you don't realize, even something like micro expressions. And that's when you're looking at someone and they're talking to you, and you can see right across their face that maybe they're not paying attention, but it's quick. And even you do it sometimes. Someone's talking with you and you think about, okay, what do I have to cook tonight?
Oh, my
Quick.
kids.
Or your kids. Quick. However, you're looking at the person. Now that person can tell just like that
Or your
that you are
spouse.
not paying attention. But it's they call it micro expressions. Hard to control. It's subconscious. It's unconscious.
It's hard to. My expressions are. I wear them.
On your face.
I do too.
Yes, always have. It. That's what caused a lot of the spankings. Not what I said. It was what my mother interpreted. I was saying.
Okay. Okay.
And I know I wear expressions on my face all the time. I don't have to say nothing.
And right. So you can be
It's
looking
there.
at a person and they're looking at you like, you know what, she doesn't mean what she said. Because I can look and see it on her face.
We're not inviting these ladies to poker night.
No, but now that you say that, I could just kind of reflect on a couple conversations where I could listen to you, but my mind is like somewhere else. But I'm listening. When it's time for me to engage, I will. But at this time, it's just not important at that moment for me.
And then that can cause a misunderstanding.
It definitely can.
Yeah.
You know what causes a misunderstanding with me? When I'm listening, but not actively listening. I can replay back what he said, but I did not break down what he said or interpret it in the same context in which, if I was actively listening, I would have gotten arrived at a different opinion about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Dr. Janice, I had a question. How about with people that are like now neurodivergent? Like, so I have ADHD. So like I do tend to really focus and listen extremely hard because I know my mind can and possibly will wander off. So do you have any tips or advice for people with ADHD?
Oh, that would help me.
That's a very good question. And I don't have an answer.
All right, we're gonna have you come back after you have that answer.
Yes, you know what? Yeah, because and you know what? You're the first one that has asked me that question, and I will do some research. Definitely.
You'll have an answer by Tuesday.
I appreciate that question. I
Hey,
really do.
We
Yeah.
look forward to the
Okay.
answer.
No,
I
seriously,
appreciate
we
it.
do.
Okay.
You
yeah.
will have an answer by Tuesday if I know this lady.
I mean, seriously, that's an actually amazing question, because as hard as I try to concentrate on anything, there's other things that want to entertain my mind too.
Okay.
It's involuntary.
Yeah. Thank you. I thank you for that question. Yeah.
Anytime.
Tuesday, if I send you a text message to be like, Lex, check your email. This
We're
is
ready
what
for
Dr.
it.
Fortman
Yes.
has said.
Give us a whole lecture on YouTube. We will tune in.
Well, I'm listening, and I heard you say that this started with your mom, and not only that, you actually took a step back to say that this is not just for my personal relationship, but my professional relationships as well. So you're identifying on both sides of the spectrum. How do you do that? How do you find your balance and your boundaries between the two?
You have to be you, and you have to be authentic. You don't change from your personal relationships and your professional relationships. If you're authentic and you're not fake, so you really don't have to balance, so to speak. You just be who you are.
But a lot of times people can't accept that.
It's not about whether or not they accept it. You don't want to be fake
Mhm.
just so someone can accept you or accept, your business or whatever, because it's going to be found out, because it's hard to keep that fake persona forever. Sooner or later, you're going to end up being you. It's just like being a very passive person, but people keep pushing you and pushing you. You're not really passive, but they push you, and finally you come out. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I am the same in my personal relationships and my professional relationships. I try and say what I mean. And if I feel, well, okay, I'll say this.
You do say
One
what you
thing-
mean. I'm a witness to that.
One thing about being 83 is that you get to the point where, you know what? It's not really what you think about me, it's what I think about you.
Or myself.
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is, or I should say this. I've had this conversation with my goddaughter and my sons. Sometimes when you're actively having issues in your personal life and your business life, I have a saying I always tell them. It's not everybody else. You're the common denominator. So when you're saying you're authentically being you, that energy or lack of communication or whoever you are, it's who you are at home and who you are in business. It comes through you. There's no hiding it.
Right.
So that's why people tend to have issues at home and in the workplace, or at home and at school, at home or with friends.
And that is who they are.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
At that time, because you can always evolve. I just told my 5-year-old nephew that you can always evolve. You make a mistake this morning, we've forgotten about it this afternoon. So you can always evolve.
And then if you really know who your nephew is, you really know who he is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Great.
She said yes.
Yes.
Well, at 5, they gonna tell you who they are.
They'll show you.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
show you.
And you know what? It's not going to be a big change when he gets to be 15.
No.
And when he gets to be 25
No.
and so on.
You know, I taught a class and my classmates were there from when we were in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. These people I hadn't seen, and different cultures. They hadn't seen me. And it's so funny. They said, "Oh my God, you're exactly the same." And I'm thinking, we were in 3rd grade. What do you mean I was exactly the same? They said I had the same personality. They weren't surprised at how I turned out or who I am.
Okay. Yeah. You're proving what I just said.
Yeah, exactly.
She say you proved what I
Exactly.
just said.
Yes.
Right.
Well, Dr. Fortman, let's talk about this TV show and this radio show. When it comes to your broadcasting live and you have guests on,
Mhm.
how long do you prepare for that? Do you have a process for that? Or what is it that you look for when you're interviewing the people that's on your show?
Well, what I do is I look for people who have a story, who want to share their journey. Most of the people I have on my show are entrepreneurs or business owners. And what I ask them is, what personal and or professional relationships got you to where you are today? So was there someone who was your mentor? Were there people who said, "Oh no, you couldn't do that"? And what we have is a conversation. It's not scripted. Just like right now, it's not scripted. It's not an interview. It's a conversation, and it's live streamed so that it's interactive. And I also look for someone who I think is going to really go over well with the audience. Now, there's certain people who I might have a conversation with or an interview with before they come on the show, and they're not appropriate for the show.
Mm.
And so that's really, so I prepare I have my own questions, but I let the audience kind of uh, do whatever, say what they want to say, and the show sometimes ends up. Let's say you come on, and you've been on, yes, and you're talking about taxes. Well, I'm looking at your hair, which is beautiful. Someone in the chat might say, "How did she get her hair like that?" And we might end up 10 minutes on your hair. But it's according to the audience, because that's who's important. It's not about me, really. It's not about us. It's about your audience. So that's really how I kind of, produce my show, kind of. Yeah.
And I must say, shout out to you, Dr. Fortman, Anointed County, Lachey, Shamil, and myself. We had a beautiful time on the show. It was so amazing. And true story, right before the show, like I had a breakdown because everything was going so perfect. I was about to be on the show in exactly 10 minutes. And I looked to the left, and of course, there's a picture of my mom, and I just lost it. And, Shamil walks in the house and she says, "Hey, we got 4 minutes. And I know how you feel about time, and you're not finna cuss me out. Wipe these tears and let's go." And, just seeing Dr. Fortman in her element, and she was ready. She had her questions, and to see the interaction that she's talking about, because there were conversations that were going on while we were engaging, and the feedback was just amazing. Like, I would not trade that interaction for nothing in the world. Like, that was so beautiful, and I want to do that again. That it was really nice.
Well, thank you.
And tell us about the mother-daughter show.
Okay, the mother-daughter relationship show is the show where I give tips and tools on how to navigate the challenges in the adult daughter aging mother relationship. And that is because of the journey that I had with my mom. It had to do with our communication and our relationship. And I used to think that it's just me and my mother. It's just me. And I see some of the people who are watching, they know my mom. She's passed now, but they knew her when she was alive. And I found out really that we were so much alike, which was why we were bumping heads a lot. But but after what I did some research of 50 women, and I asked them about the relationships with their mom. And I found out that over 70% of adult daughters and their moms had issues navigating the challenges in that relationship.
Wow, that's a big
It,
percentage.
it is a big percentage. And what happens is we don't talk about it. We might say something to our best friend, but we don't really talk about it. And that relationship is the most important relationship in our lives. It affects everything. It affects our personal life. It affects our professional life. It affects whether we get married, we don't get married, the friends we choose, the careers. After I did a lot of research, I thought, oh my God, this is something that I feel, after doing a lot of research, that I could help women with. And that's when I started the show, and I also started coaching. Um, and so I have clients who range from they don't even speak to their moms, or clients whose moms have passed and they can't get over the guilt feelings, and just even moms who, for some reason can't let go of their daughters, meaning they still treat them like kids. And so then I wrote a book. Got to talk about my book. And the
That's
book
next.
is entitled The Secrets to How Not to Throw Mama from the Train.
Do tell.
And so and I just met a woman yesterday that said, "Oh, my daughter wants to throw me under the train, run the train over me," And so uh, it's something. It's a rewarding feeling when I can see adult daughters and their moms come together and have a more loving, harmonious relationship.
That's got to be like a big hurrah for you.
It's a great feeling. But this I want to say before we leave the Relationship Matters TV show, I do have over 88,000 viewers. Just
So
wanted
where
to
can
say
we
that.
where can we watch your show?
You can watch it on YouTube.
Absolutely.
And you just go to Dr. Janice Hooker-Fortman. And you can also watch it on Facebook on Relationship Matters TV, Roku, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, bunch of
So I have a question for you. Spell your last name for me. Fortman.
Fortman.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. And so both of the shows are doing well. The mother-daughter show, I very rarely have guests. I usually just give tips and tools. Yeah.
Right, which is
Mhm.
much
Yeah.
needed, especially in our era, because people go to social media, they
Mhm.
go to the internet, and whatever captures their attention at that
Mhm.
moment,
Mhm.
it's like they're stuck to it. So
Yeah.
I think that's a very neat way of introducing this.
Okay.
Dr. Foreman, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see in one race more than the other fractured relationships with the mother-daughter?
No, and I was shocked because I thought it was, mostly
African
African Americans,
Americans.
but no, it's Hispanics. I had an Oriental client, and OMG, the dynamics in that house was, and you find out about different cultures.
Okay.
Yeah, because in with her, she was living with her daughter and her husband, because when they, at least this is what she told me, in their culture, um, they bring their elders into the home to live
Yes.
with them.
Mhm.
And she was like, oh my God, I want to jump out of the window. Yeah, it's different as far as different cultures, but that mother daughter relationship is like a roller coaster. It's a dynamic relationship, and very, it's easily, I would say, not understood.
Do you have a daughter?
No,
Okay.
I think the Lord knew better than to give me a daughter. I hate to say that. I have a son.
Okay.
Mhm.
I wasn't blessed with a daughter. I was enormously blessed with 3 sons.
Okay,
So
wonderful.
yes. My first daughter was my goddaughter, who's my niece.
Okay, I do have a goddaughter, and so she is my daughter, so to speak.
That's my niece.
Yeah.
My sister was gracious enough to share. She was young, so I got to it was she was with me so much that one of the guys I was dating when I was in college just knew. He thought I was lying about that being my daughter. My grandmother died thinking that that was my daughter, and we were somehow hiding it
Oh wow.
in order for me to save face. So yes.
Let's talk about Relationships Matters, the show.
Mhm.
Now, that topic alone says so much to me. And when we initially talked about it, I was just thinking, oh, well, maybe the relationship with my friend, and it's not going too well. And oh, well, throw it under the dirt. But no. And then, of course, you got me to thinking again, more research before coming on the show, as you mentioned. And it's not just pertaining to the relationship with your friend, but with your family, with the next door neighbor, even your siblings, your spouse. It's like so many different relationships that you got to be you for. That's a lot. And each relationship matters. And it's like, at what point can you come away and say, I know I'm in this relationship. I know I have to do what's best for this relationship. What is best though? Like, how can I walk away because that's the best thing now? Because I appreciate our friendship or our sisterhood or the love I have for my cousin. It's so easy to walk away because it takes no effort, right? But to stay and to mend it, it takes so much work. And What is your opinion about that when we're talking about relationships?
If you're willing to do the work, you have to be willing to do the work. You have to have the conversations. Now, all relationships don't serve you. So if that relationship is causing you a lot of, I'll say, angst, or if it's causing you a lot of stress, it depends. If you really want to save that relationship, often you can't do it by yourself. And you might need a counselor, a coach, social worker. It depends. It depends, but it takes two people. And so you can't, let's say you have a relationship, you want to keep it, but the other person doesn't. Well, of course, you don't stay in that relationship because it takes two. But you have to have a conversation. That is the hardest thing to do, is to have that conversation, and not a conversation, not an argument, not a conversation of judgment, but a conversation of really listening to, where is this other person coming from?
That's the effectiveness that you're talking
Yeah,
about, right?
you know, where where is this person coming from? Where am I coming from? And often you have to have a third person in there, because we often say, well, you make me feel this, you do this. Well, of course, now that's not going to work. It can be, I feel when you say this, I feel, because it takes it off of that person, and then that person isn't in a defensive mode. So it's a way that you really have to have that conversation, and it's hard because your emotions are there, your feelings are there. But if you want to keep the relationship, you have to have that conversation. You cannot walk around, you're upset, you're angry, and you're not saying what you feel. So, gotta have the conversation. Non-judgmental, none, anger. It's difficult to do.
It
You
is.
often have to have a third person. And that's where a relationship
It
coach
is,
comes
because
in.
I used to walk around, and this is with one of my best friends. Now I won't say no name, but I was so mad at my best friend, and because I didn't want to lose that relationship with my best friend, I kept everything inside. And one day we were having a conversation, and whoo, yes, every curse word came out that I had been wanting to say. Even some made up ones had
And that's
came up.
because you
I,
kept it
I kept it in
in.
because I didn't want to lose that relationship. But after we argued back and forth for about a week, I cried. She's not emotional. I cried, and then after that, it was like, it is what it is. We still gonna be friends.
But you know what? If you hadn't kept it in and you had the conversation of why you were angry, because she made you feel a certain way. In other words, I feel this. I felt this. Not you did this, you said this, but I felt this. Then you would not have had to go through that arguing.
Yeah, but she made me feel that way
But did you tell her?
in
Can't-
so many words.
Can't hold someone accountable, walk around holding it up.
No, so I felt like, me, we've been friends this long,
Can't,
so
no,
you should know
no,
what's wrong.
no.
no.
And you know what
And I
else?
was wrong for doing that, and I apologize. Again, we had that conversation,
You said you know me, but evidently she didn't.
and she said the same thing.
Yeah.
And right now today, we still laugh at that
Yeah,
argument, and we're still the best of friends.
You know what else I found to be actually effective in not starting an argument is not using absolutions. You always, never,
Mhm.
never use absolutions, because no one always does anything.
Right.
And people are very defensive when you say, you always talk back, or you can't, no one always does anything. You can't use absolutions in communicating.
Right.
I have learned so much from you again, and we're not even sitting in the office talking business talk, but
Right.
we're just having a general conversation. And like, I can't wait And I know my co-host is gonna laugh at me when I say this. I can't wait to get home and talk to myself and have about 50 conversations with myself because I got to start with me, right? I got to practice with me
Start with you.
because that's where it starts at.
Yes.
All right, is Motifa gonna be there?
I'm sorry, it's Motika.
Motika, I'm sorry,
Thank you.
Motika.
Thank you.
See, listen, that was very aggressive.
I know it was intentional from earlier. But anyway,
Dr. Janice can't fix us in one segment.
See, I told you, Dr.
Right.
Janet.
Dr. Fortman, before you give out all of your information to our viewers and listeners, Anointed Accounting would like to say thank you for taking time out of your day, coming on the show with us. This is for you. And I would like for you
I
to
knew this
tell
was wine.
I would like for you to tell our listeners and our guests and everyone else that's listening how to get in contact with you. And me too, because I need a coach, because I need help with me. I'm going to start with me first.
The easiest way to get in contact with me is through my email, which is drjan@drjanicefortman.com. So that's DRJAN at DRJANICEFORTMAN.com. I used to be a teacher. So you got that.
You did say you worked at Chicago Public
Yes.
Schools. You did so for all them Chicago Public School people out there, including myself. That's a mental note. I got that down packed, and I will be emailing you for my coaching session.
And if you want to view my show,
Yes, please tell us that
you
information.
can go to Relationship Matters TV on Facebook. That's the easiest way, rather than try to find me on Roku. So it's Relationship Matters TV, not relationships, but Relationship Matters
Without the
TV.
S, people. Without the S.
Yes,
I learned that the hard way.
Relationship matters.
TV. Because there
TV.
are all kinds of relationship matters,
Okay.
and there are all kinds of relationships. Life is about relationships.
It definitely is.
And we'll
And-
definitely link all the contact information on the YouTube as well as our social media for our listeners out there.
Thank you so much.
Well, Dr. Fortman, it was such a pleasure having you on. Thank you for taking time out your busy Saturday schedule to come here with me and the super business women on this nice platform and just educate me about effectively communicating in relationships. I know
Thank you
my
so much.
co-host probably took something away from this.
We did.
I just took a lot more than what I was expecting away from this.
Yeah,
And-
go ahead and send her that bill, Dr. Janice. I feel like
Right.
Yes.
I feel like she.
You know what? Maybe wait. I'm gonna put this out there. You think she'll give me a discount?
There it is.
She
you know what?
should.
Don't say
Uh, She
She should,
for
Dr.
her
Jane.
accounting
She
services.
should.
I have
because
never gave you a discount.
Not
Dr.
only did
Fortman.
you help her,
You know
you
what?
helped us and our audience. She should,
I don't know why
Dr.
she's in
Jane.
our conversation right now. 'cause
I
I'm
know,
talking-
right?
I'm
You
talking
see how
to-
she's
Not
not effectively
effectively
listening.
communicating.
She's not effectively listening because she ain't answered that question.
Yes, you have.
Tell Dr. Fortman to come on time.
Dr. Foreman will take you anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we definitely appreciate you for joining us. Very insightful, a lot of information, very empowering. And again, guys, happy Women's History Month. This is a fantastic episode. We're actually going to go ahead and get into a quick music break because we do have another guest coming up. We'll be joined with Toya J. Banks. So stay tuned to the Super Business Women Show on Intellectual Radio. We'll be right back.
Hold on, my Facebook family. I'll be back.
Thank you.
Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink. And damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Now so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub. That love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and on them lonely nights I'm crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Either way, I see a brighter day. By the way, do you think of me when the radio plays all my jams, heavy rotation? And again, do you think of me when you see me in the magazines? Do you think of me and what you could have had with me? Do you think of me? Of course you do. None bad as me. Do you think of me? Mic checking, say trusting. Do you think of me and realize you're the reason I'm stressing? Do you think of me? Rewind me again. Learn a lesson. Do you think of me now that I'm running the league? You guessed it. When it comes to this ink pen, some call it gifted. I call it all the above. I've been blessed from the beginning. Do you think of me? Does it hurt to see I'm forever winning? Do you think of me? Got back all the peace, toxic love ever costed me. Honestly, it's sad to see you never really rock with me. Love is dead. Rest in peace. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you?
And welcome back to the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Lexi Couture, all things couture. And I'm going to pass this on over to Shar Unlocked. We are welcoming two guests in the building today. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
So I know Toya J. Banks. I'm not sure of your name. Sorry.
My name is Latanya.
Latanya and Toya. Welcome to the Super Business Women Show. Are you guys both the owners?
No.
You're the
Toya.
owner. Oh, okay. All right. All right.
This is one of my best friends. That is on the bottle.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. So Shar Unlocked, take it away.
Hey guys, so we have in the building Toya J. Banks. She owns Hermanas, Amigas. Is that right?
That's right. You did.
Oh, I did it. It's a tongue twister. I'm not a drinker, so I'm always like, yeah, she owns a tequila brand. You guys, it's a beautiful bottle. It means, sisterhood. That's all I have when I'm talking about it. I always screw up the name. But Toya should be revered and honored because you're the only African American woman who owns a tequila brand in the United States.
Well, I know there is a woman that owns the tequila, so I just say I'm the only African American woman from the South Side of Chicago.
Oh, so she's the only African American woman from the
Yeah.
South Side of Chicago. I was doing a little research and I didn't see anyone
Yeah,
else.
I did some research, and some other people did some research that there is a lady.
So there is a lady.
Mhm.
Okay.
But when you don't hear about it,
No, I
evidently
did
it's not-
research and she doesn't come up. Like when I was doing the research, she
Right.
didn't come up.
So evidently there is not a lot of traction with that tequila. So I'm trying to make a change.
Can
Oh,
we
you
see
will.
that bottle?
You will.
Can we
Isn't
put
this
it
bottle
into the
amazing?
cameras?
Absolutely.
We have the cameras over here.
I will.
Look at that. That is beautiful. Okay. Show
And
my
then we
light.
have the sister
Sorry.
friend that made the bottle, Latanya, in the building.
Yes, I'm on the bottle.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
That is an
Good.
amazing thing.
It's an
Yes.
amazing
I'm
thing.
all about the sisterhood, the friendships,
Mhm.
all that, the bond. So I am excited.
And
For
we
my
need to,
friend here, my sister friend.
That's right, my hermanas amigas.
Yes.
Hermanas Amigas. We need to bring that back to our community anyway.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
Toya, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you want us to know? How did you start this?
Oh, God. Yeah.
How long ago did you start it? I guess I should ask.
It's been a long journey.
Really?
And actually, this tequila was birthed out of grief. I went through a really rough time. I lost my brother, my husband, and my mother. So
Jesus.
this was like a year apart. Okay. So then I became a single parent overnight to a 12-year-old daughter. but it was my friends who held me accountable, who pushed me. And, we'll get together, girls' night on a Friday night, try a different tequila. But as time went on, what I noticed that we would buy everyone's tequila, but none of these tequilas represented us. None of them looked like us, and none of them told our story.
Oh, wow.
So I went on a journey to make a tequila for women of color, women of ethnicity, and that's why I came up with my sister friends. So my tequila is a love letter to my sister friends.
That's beautiful.
It doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Yes.
So, Toya, how long was the journey? Like, when did you start?
Oh, God. I started the journey 4 years ago. And it just came into fruition in September, right, when it launched.
Yes.
So it's not like you wake up one day and you start. You have to do research.
No,
You have to travel.
Yes,
There's so much involved in it.
I did. My daughter only applied to colleges in California. So I said, okay, so I'll move to California. And I know I'm closer to Mexico from California. So while she's away in college, some months I'll go to Mexico and spend a month. And I did my research, come back home, figure out, okay, this is what I need to do with this. I need a lawyer for this. I need a lawyer for this. And but what I kept going back for is I wanted to get the correct taste.
From what I hear, the taste is outstanding.
It is outstanding.
Yes, I was not a big tequila drinker. I used to
No.
I might get like, ooh, that burn in your chest. Everybody knows that burn if you had some tequila, but this tequila is definitely smooth. The taste is
So
wonderful.
I had someone who is a whiskey drinker and really, will drink tequila every now and then. And he's not a sweet person. He likes, just whiskey by
Yeah,
itself, cigars and
totally.
whiskey. When he had some of what my sister fixed for him,
Yes,
oh my God, he's been
Yes.
chatting about it nonstop.
really.
He told
Yes,
some of his
great.
people at the cigar place, like, you got to try this stuff.
Yes,
So, yes,
it's really
from
good.
what I hear, y'all make me want to start drinking.
Yeah, you should definitely try it.
Try it.
I don't drink. So,
Okay.
and when I think I'm going to start, this big little bully here
I'm
has
definitely
advised
not
me
a-
that I can't do it.
No, she's already y'all know she's special without alcohol.
Look, I'll take the honor on behalf of the Super Business Women Show because I am a tequila drinker.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure.
I
I
heard
have-
it's super smooth.
Yeah, I
They
have
said it's
some
super
cups with me.
good. Yeah.
It is super smooth, and that's what I want. It's smooth, and to me, it's very sexy because you can just have it with a little ice and relax after work, and it's just a good tequila.
We are sold.
It's
Yes.
of
Sisterhood, love, sexy tequila. I love it.
Yes.
That's it.
Let's go.
That's
Yes.
it. For real, yeah, for
Did you
sure.
bring some?
Pardon me?
The cups.
Yeah. I bring
Were your
some.
friends shocked at you doing tequila when you told them that you were going to start this?
I believe they were a bit shocked. But by time I had finished with everything, it was in production when I told everyone. So they were shocked. Some was like, "Are you okay? This is your way of dealing with your grief." But no, it was to make a difference in the spirits industry that does not recognize us.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
and so that in itself is something different. I'm looked at a little differently when they find out that it's a Black woman that has a tequila.
How did your friends how well did they receive the meaning, the name, or did you come up with the name after you decided to do the
No,
tequila?
I had everything. I had the name. I had the label. I did the label. So when I went to the distillery that did this tequila for me, they were like, "You have done all of our work. We use the help with the label, but I had drew the stick figures of the women that I wanted, and I told them, but I wanted them a little curvy, and I gave them some pictures of, and this is what I came up with. So I came up with the name. I knew I wanted it to be Sister Friends. I knew that I wanted women to know that this means you have someone that stick closer than any brother. You're not related by blood, but by friendship. And so to have women like this in your life is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. God talks about, a friend sticking closer than a
Yeah.
brother. But also, I think friends are our family that we get to choose. I think that's God's way of giving us a
Absolutely.
choice.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
is. It
Absolutely.
is.
I totally agree.
Yes.
So, what's your presence like in Chicago, like as far as your tequila brand?
It's super well received. I'm in like 28 stores thus far, some bars, and my plan is to try to grow bigger, get out here more, so more people will know about me. And I'm loving the reception I'm feeling from my hometown.
I love the reception you feel from your
I'm loving
hometown.
it. They're excited. Usually, when I'm out and I have a picture of myself on the billboard and me, and they looking at the picture and they're looking at me, and then they finally click, "Hey, that's you." You know,
Where's your billboard?
it is at home. Oh well, I have my pull-up billboard.
Oh, the
Yeah.
pull-up
Yeah,
billboard.
the
Okay.
pull-up billboard.
Okay.
And they're thinking, okay, this you
Like
look
when
like
she's at
this
events.
person.
So they're drinking and they're
Yes.
like, "It's
Yes,
you."
It's you.
yes, yes. So many times we have had that reaction.
Yes, they're shocked to see
Yes.
because it is a little unfathomable,
What's been your biggest obstacle in this industry?
Well, I would say the first thing was finding a distributor that will help you bring this product in from another country. Um, so you have to find someone that not only believe in you, but believe in your product.
So is that a wholesale distributor? Is that
It's a wholesale distributor and importer.
importer?
Yeah.
So my friend Ron Shields does
Yes.
some
Yes.
stuff like that. So I'm not all into the mix of it. He told me, and the ADHD was listening to part of it, and I was listening to part of it. So
Yeah. So I had to find an importer, and the first thing when I met this importer, the first thing he says, I said, "Well, I'm African American woman. The women on the bottle are real. No one has less than a PhD that's on this bottle." And he go, "Oh, but you need a rapper." I said, "No, I don't need a rapper." I said, "I have a story."
oh, he
This
wanted
is-
you to
yeah,
get a rapper.
Yeah, I guess they think that all African American people need a rapper to promote their product. So
Well, maybe the rapper should tell the story about the fabulous women that's on there.
exactly. That's a good one.
Well, as a rapper myself, I'll definitely endorse this.
Yes,
Absolutely.
So,
So
did you guys hear the music when you were out there? The song we played, "Do You Think of Me"?
yes, I did.
She did that.
Oh,
She
Awesome.
rapped it.
nice.
It's her song.
More of a hip hop artist, but it's the same.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Yes.
So maybe you guys should,
Yeah, but I wanted them to know that there
Yeah.
are educated, hardworking women that support each other no matter what. And it comes from love. I didn't just wake up and say, "Oh, I want to sell tequila to make money." You may not make money, the first year.
Right.
So it has to really be a labor of love. And I wanted to tell the story.
So it has to be a labor of love because
Yeah.
you pour everything you have into it. You're
Mhm.
traveling to Mexico for months at a
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a labor of love.
It is.
Yes.
It's truly a labor of love. And I wanted my Hermanas Amigas, my sister friends, to know if it wasn't for them, I don't know if I would have got through after losing a mother, husband, and brother, it's been a
Jesus.
year. And so when people held you accountable, and when I had one that came and stayed with me for 2 months, one that cooked dinner every Sunday, one that made sure my daughter got up and got to school, and people to just talk to. So that made a difference. So how do you repay women that have basically everything?
You know how you repay them? Just how you're doing it. My sister loves you with love.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
That's
And
the
I
best
want them to
repayment.
know I love them. And so this is a dedication to you, a love letter.
And love is an action word. It's demonstrated through very small acts, not
Yes,
just
yes.
one particular thing.
Exactly. So that's how it came about. And it's emotional to me to know that I went through this really hard time of my life, but I guess it had to prepare me for what was to come. This had to be
Yes.
birthed out of that grief.
It's a part of your journey.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. and it was a heck of a journey.
So did you actually write a love letter to the girls?
I did.
Oh my God. Can we hear just a snippet of it?
Oh yeah. Do you have it?
Isn't that
Mhm.
cool?
Yeah. I tell you.
So I'm to all my friends listening on YouTube and our social media platforms. You guys have never wrote me a love letter. That's a problem for me.
Oh God.
I'm gonna need a love letter.
So I'll just
I've
give-
gotten cards, I've gotten gifts, but you guys have never gave me a love letter. Where's my love letter? That's pretty dope.
She has raised the bar.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, you
wow.
really
You
have.
need to. Y'all need to. I'll just read the first paragraph. I won't make it too long. And it says, "My dearest Hermanas Amigas, it's my love letter to my Hermanas Amigas. My dearest Hermanas Amigas, you came into my life at a moment of profound need, long before I was even aware that I needed you. You were an unexpected gift, delicately encased in the finest wrapper paper and topped with a shimmering bow. Your support has touched me deeply, far beyond what anyone or anything can scarcely say. A loyalty so steadfast, so resolute, and so endearing that I will forever cherish and never take for granted what you have been to me and my daughter. You've been the thread that held me together, the ears that have listened to my most cherished dreams, and you've seen my most darkest tears. You've seen my anguish. Your eyes have seen my tears, and your hands have held mine through each and every storm. Your presence has been that sanctuary where my heart finds solace and strength. And I am awed that God has guided me to such ordinary blessings as you. So that's just the first part of my love letter.
Okay, I need to take a deep breath because I'm getting teary-eyed.
I know. Just hearing her read it is like, oh my God.
How does that make you feel,
yes.
Tanya?
Just like, Toya is such a beautiful person. Like, you guys know her as the Hermanas Amigas, but I know her as something much more deeper. She's a giving person. She's a loving person. And to know her, I'm just blessed to have her as a friend, as a Hermanas Amigas, because
And I am you.
she is, man, she will give you the shirt off her back. She will give you her last. She's always giving, always loving, always caring, always just there. Couldn't ask for a better sister friend.
Toya,
Yeah.
my sister came and she had these glasses and they were so fly.
Oh yeah.
And I said, as soon as you turn your back, I'm taking those. She said, no, you're not. My friend gave me these.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Those was those YSLs.
Uh-huh.
So we was going out and the sun was like beaming one day. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot my sunglasses. So I'm in her car. She was like, open up the glove department. I have some sunglasses there. I was like, okay, great. I put them on. I'm like, ooh, these are hot, girl. I'm like, ooh, I love these. I'm like, YSL. I was like, girl, you got me in style here.
Mhm.
And then she was like, you can just have them. I'm like, girl, I'm not taking your glasses. I'm like, you can have them. She was like, I was like, no. Do you know I left them glasses in the car? Do you know she came back and put
You
it in my
told in the
in my
mailbox.
mailbox?
You told me. Because she threatened my life about
And then I
touching
was
those sunglasses.
Yeah, she
Exactly.
said she liked them.
Yes.
You could only wear one pair of sunglasses at a time. What if 5 or 6? You don't need.
Yeah, but I'm collecting them. She better not touch my sunglasses.
So that's what I mean. She's just such a loving person. Like, just man, I'm blessed to have her as my friend. It's
As
my
I.
Hermanas Amigas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yes. They all are amazing.
So how many of you guys is it?
There are you know how Oprah have her Gail? I have
Yes.
about 5 Gales.
Okay.
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 So there's Delisa Jeffries, Carolyn Smith, LaShawn Pickford, Rhonda Jordan, Sandy Wilburn, Latana Arnold,
Gail.
and Gail Pye. There's so many women that have. I mean, I'm the youngest of 9, so I have 5 sisters.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Mhm.
I have
Okay.
5 sisters, but this group of women, it's exceptional.
So you do know how blessed you are, because for somebody to have one Hermanas Amigas
Yes.
is a blessing.
Isn't
For
it?
you to have a team
I do. I do.
is supernatural.
I do. I have a team.
It also says a lot about you.
It does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
That's
you
the
have to,
giving because it comes
Yes.
back to you in different
Yes.
ways.
you have
That's
to
the
be
giving.
a friend in order to have a friend.
Absolutely.
So there's nothing that they could ask me that I wouldn't do, and I feel the same with them.
Absolutely. Oh, so you guys, I better get a love letter. All my friends, I better get a love letter. Toya has raised the bar. Don't be just giving me no card for my birthday anymore. I want a love letter, baby. So, do you have any things, any upcoming events that's for the public that,
God.
or where can they find your
Oh,
Hermanas Amigas?
Well, they can find my Hermanas Amigas. I am online. They can order from SB Wines and Spirits in Hanover Park. It's an online store. They can order directly from there. I am in 28 stores in the city.
Amen.
But if you go to my website, hermanasamigastequila.com, you can get all the listings to the store that I am at.
So go to hermanasamigas.com.
No, Hermanas Amigas Tequila.
Tequila.com.
Yes.
Any public upcoming events you want to tell us about?
Yes, I am doing event next Sunday with a club called Gold Friends. It also is a shortening of girlfriends, but it's Gold Friends because we want the gold.
Where's that at?
They have multiple chapters.
Really?
Yes, in Dallas and Atlanta and Texas and Chicago. So I'm doing an event there. It's called Petals and Paloma. And they contacted me because they heard about my tequila and they heard about what it means. Sister
Outstanding.
friend. So I will be there and just give a little speech and give some tastings to the women there. I was at Legacy Gala last weekend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I am every weekend. My days start Wednesday with the tequila, and I'm somewhere every weekend. And hopefully by the first of summer, we'll be releasing Añejo for Hermanas Amigas because this is a Blanco.
So tell me, because I'm not a drinker, so you got mine. I sat up straight so I can get educated. Tell me what that means.
It's a darker version of Hermanas Amigas.
Okay.
There's three. There's your Blanco, your Añejo, and your Reposado.
Okay.
Okay. So you tasted it.
Yes.
Yes. So
And it's amazing. I cannot
amazing,
wait.
yeah.
So it's it's amazing.
Mhm.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing boats and Hermanas Amigas this summer.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we are. I hope so. I want all of Chicagoans to know before I move to the next state to take it there. And it's a good product. You know, you look at the bottle and you think, oh, it's a beautiful bottle. But when you open the bottle, it's a great product.
I heard it's a great product.
It is. It's a great
You
product.
make me want to try it.
I know, right? Why not?
I'm prohibited from drinking.
But she's going to try it.
I got-
And you too.
Yeah, we got it for you, sure. Don't worry.
You got it? You going to tell me how it was?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Great.
You said all of that, huh?
All of it. Great. I love it. And I love that people love it. I love to see their reaction because they're so used to a Blanco like being kind of burning. And so once they taste it and they're like, oh my God.
This is smooth.
This is smooth. That's
This
all I
tastes-
hear.
They always like it kind of give them that little thought process. It's like, this is not what I was expecting. What is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
But
always the
It's
always the
smoothness.
reaction.
And so when I hear the
Yes.
smooth, I was like, yes. So them nights driving there, you did it. This is what you were after, this smoothness.
Yes.
And so I got it.
I am excited for you guys. I've seen you in action. I've been to a couple of you guys' events.
Oh,
I have seen my sister's excitement about it. She is over the top about it.
She is. And I'll call her at the last minute because I never go anywhere, just me. And I'm like, I need you to go. And she have yet to say no to me. All of them.
So Toya, you've raised the bar for her with me. She cannot tell me no because she always tells me no. She would be like, she'll be like, oh, I'm not doing that. Oh no, and you shouldn't be doing it either. So no. So Toya, she cannot tell me no.
Oh God. I'm sorry.
I
No.
only understood the wild stuff she be wanting me to do though.
Okay.
We can only imagine.
It always works out, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. So it's a labor of love.
It's a labor. How many ounces is that? Because that looks like a pretty
This
big
is
bottle.
consider a fifth.
Oh, really? It's
Yes.
just the shape of the bottle.
Yes, just the shape of the bottle. I wanted a bottle that looked like a perfume bottle or a diamond.
It
'Cause
does.
I want it to be pretty.
Sexy.
Yes,
It does look like a perfume bottle.
Yeah.
It does.
And a
Wanted-
diamond shape, kind of give you those cuts,
Mhm.
look on the sides.
Yeah.
So will the Neho, did I pronounce
Yeah,
it right?
but it'll probably be a different cap or
Okay.
top. It'll be some difference to it so that you'll know it's a different. It's still Hermanas Amigas, but it'll be a different bottle.
So are you doing the Respirado?
Reposado.
Resposado.
You could tell she's not a drinker,
That'll
you
be
guys.
later.
It's
Later.
reposado.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Reposado.
Yeah, because I've only been out since September.
So-
6 months.
So let me tell you, my thought process with alcohol is that it smells bad and tastes worse.
Oh, you have to smell this.
It doesn't smell like
Oh,
rubbing
let her
alcohol.
know. Smell this.
not at all.
Let
It
her
has a
smell
nice.
this.
Give it a
nice-
sniff, Shar.
Give it a
Yeah,
sniff.
Shar, give it a
Yes.
Will I get contact high if I get a
Oh,
sniff?
geez.
No, just give it a sniff.
She said a
She said-
contact high from alcohol.
No, it
This
doesn't.
lady.
It doesn't smell like regular alcohol. You know how
Yeah.
regular alcohol is
Exactly.
very forceful, and it smells like alcohol. Like if
No.
you could. Okay.
No,
I
No,
got a
that doesn't
question.
smell.
Are there any retailers out south that carry your brand
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
that we
yeah,
can mention to our
Definitely.
listeners?
definitely. I'll start. And which suburb? Tell me a suburb.
No, Chicago.
Just
South.
south suburbs,
South side.
Chicago.
Okay, so I'm at Lansing and Bevda's in Lansing.
Bev does in Lansing.
I'm
Okay.
at Matson's Liquors.
Matson Liquor. Okay, I know where that one is.
At United Liquors.
Okay.
Pardon me.
Are you
Where's
at?
the
You're at
computer?
Are you at
Okay.
Stony Island, the
I'm at-
Stony Depot?
I am at Stony Island
Yes.
Depot.
Fantastic.
I am
Kenwood
at
Liquors.
Kenwood Liquors. I'm at Benny's on 95th
In
Hey.
Oakland.
in Oakland.
We get a
Evergreen.
discount at
Evergreen.
Benny's.
Evergreen.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm at Benny's on 47th.
There it is, listeners. So get your bottle of Hermanas Amigas tequila today.
Yes.
It is the weekend still.
Yes, it
Yes.
Let's support this brand and this beautiful story behind it.
Well, not just the weekend. She said after you come home, you wind down. She said it's smooth enough to
It's
drink.
smooth.
Carry you through the week.
Afterwards.
After work,
Yes.
there it
After
is.
work. Yes.
I'm gonna get a few bottles. I have a bar at home
Oh,
that I
Yes.
stock when
a
people come
lot of
over.
people stock it because it's so pretty, and it's a conversation piece.
It is.
You know.
So so that's gonna be gifts. Mother's Day is coming up.
Mother's Day is
Absolutely.
coming up. Yeah.
It's an amazing gift.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is.
What does the bottle run? Does that not?
No. Most places carry it for $59.99.
It's beautiful.
That's not
Yes.
bad.
No.
That's
yeah,
very reasonable.
exactly.
Yes.
Oh, is it for alcohol?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And you.
I was with that bottle. I was thinking we was about
Yes,
$89.99.
it's top- yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's something because I've had, when I first started, they said, "Oh yeah, we can get you a tequila for $23.99." I'm like, I don't drink $23 headache tequila. Why would I want to give my sister friends and my men friends anyone $23 bottles of tequila? We deserve a premium tequila.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So that was my.
I just
goal.
meant from the story and the bottle and everything. Yeah, that's a great price.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Toya, tell us where we can find you at.
Sure, you can find me on Instagram at Hermanas Amigas Tequila. You can find me on my website at hermanasamigastequila.com. Where else, Steve? Facebook, Hermanas Amigas Tequila. And TikTok, very little. We're just starting that. I'm starting with a new content creator this week, so that'll be up.
That's going to be fun. I have a
Yeah.
content creator that I work with on and off. She's super busy, but that's the videos and the funniness of it
Yes.
and the creativity. So yeah, that's going
Yeah.
to be fun.
So that's where I can be found.
And is there a phone number if they have any questions or an
Sure.
email and a website?
Sure, they can email me at info@hermanasamigastequila.com. And it's a newsletter we're starting. You can sign up for the newsletter. We're starting a newsletter that'll start going out next week. And it'll tell you everything that we're doing, where you can see. Well, because I'm already booked for so many festivals this summer. But
Ah,
we'll be at a lot of festivals.
I hear I'll probably be working them, so I'll see you guys on the fly.
Okay. We'll be glad to see you.
Yeah, they're changing my off days. I don't drink anyway, so I'll just hang out with you guys when
Yes,
I'm
you
there.
will. Please do.
So be our designated driver.
You know
She's
what?
definitely the
I'm
designated
always
driver.
a designated driver, always and everything, because I don't drink. But you would think that I drink. Most people think that I drink. They do. They think because I'm hyper or some stuff I say that
Me too, right? They think the same as me. But I'm not, I just like a tequila. It's a
See?
nice tequila. So it's all in enjoying life and trying to accomplish a dream. And this is a dream.
I know you're bi-coastal. Have you started in California yet?
No, that's next because I have some friends in Hollywood that loves it.
So you got to take me with you with the California. I just want to go. I just want to hang out in LA for a little bit.
Oh, well,
Yes.
yeah.
Beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather. I love it. My
I-
daughter is actually graduating from college in California next month.
Oh, really?
We'll be there. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. We're really grateful. My co-hosts are excited and
Oh, I can't
anticipating
wait.
tasting the Hermanas Amigas.
Yes. I
Yes.
want them to. I
We
can't
look
wait.
forward to you guys like
Shabana's, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
and I want your feedback.
Yes.
I want you to-
Absolutely. I was figuring which store I was going to stop at on the way back home.
Okay, but
So
once you taste it, you're definitely going to be stopping. And I want your feedback. I want you to tell me, hey, Toya, this was great, or
absolutely.
no, Toya, it wasn't great.
So, are
know.
you guys gonna prepare it like you did for the tasting,
We
or is
have,
it just
we're gonna do a tasting.
okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cups in it.
Okay.
So
We're
they're going
excited.
to have a
Okay.
tasting. My co-host, I appreciate you guys coming.
Oh,
I
thank
wish you the best. That bottle is the sexiest, most classy thing. I don't drink, and I'm going to get some for my bar.
Oh, please do. I appreciate it so much.
And most of
Seeing-
all, I'm eternally grateful for the sisterhood that my sister is experiencing with you guys.
Nothing like
And
it.
you guys should share that story because we need that so very much in our community.
We do.
We do.
We do.
To be true sisters to each other.
I always say there are friends, there are sisters, there are friends, and then there are sister friends.
Yes.
And our motto is bonds that are unbreakable are made with Hermanas Amigas Tequila. So our
Yes.
signature drink is unbreakable.
So there's a drink called Unbreakable.
Yes.
Bonds are made.
Bonds that are made with Hermanas Amigas Tequila are unbreakable.
Oh, okay. Well, that you guys got bonds that are made with Hermanas
Hermanas.
Amigas are unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
That's right. We're unbreakable bonds. That's why the ladies, as you can see, they're
Interlocked.
interlocking
Mhm.
Mhm.
You can
because
see it.
we're connected.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Again, thank you guys for coming on. Toya's giving you her information.
Yes.
We definitely appreciate you guys
Oh, thank
stopping by the
you.
Super Business Women Show. Again, we're celebrating Women's History Month, and it's just look at this. It's just amazing.
Very inspiring. Yes.
The epitome of what Women's
Fantastic.
History
History
Month
Month.
is about.
Yes.
And after the show, we're gonna take our sip because CEO Lexi doesn't drink on camera.
Absolutely.
Having this show and being able to interview women of all backgrounds, and this has told me or reminded me that we can do all things.
Yes.
Yes,
We're unstoppable.
we are
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Another story, and I love it because it we've had so many guests, and you hear very similar stories of turning pain into power. And
Yes.
and I commend you. I think this is fantastic. We wish you so much more success and blessings in this beautiful brand, this beautiful story behind it. And just congratulations.
Oh, thank you
I had
so
the
much.
conversation with my son earlier in the week, and I was explaining to him that one thing should not shatter or interfere with your projection of going on with life. Can't let one thing destroy you or deter you. And he needs to listen to this, turning pain into power, not
Yes.
yielding or giving in.
When I
Yes.
wanted to, though. Don't get me
Oh, I
wrong.
know. I know.
I had, the nurses would come and wash me up. Although I didn't need to be, I could do it if I got up, but I didn't feel like getting out the
Been there,
bed.
Toya. Been there.
So it is, you become a single parent overnight after being married 18 years. And your
Wow.
daughter's 12, so this is all new.
Yes.
It's like the whole nucleus was now gone. So then you have no mother and brother, and then your daughter's going away to college. It's just you. What do
Wow.
you do with all that?
I had the what do you call it? The single, not when your kids empty nester thing.
Yeah.
And I almost had a nervous breakdown just by my son leaving because I went to stay with him for 2 weeks. He's like, yeah, you got to go. So just that took me down. So I can understand with all the other
moved
components.
to California to be near her,
Yes.
But she didn't have she only had me.
That's it.
She's an only child. So it's the sisterhood. I'm so grateful for it.
And I'm grateful.
Yes,
I'm grateful
and
that
I'm
you guys
grateful
have the
too,
sisterhood, that you've
yes.
raised the bar,
Yes.
that I can hold this one here accountable
Hold her
now.
accountable now.
I can hold her
She talk
accountable.
about you all the time, but hold her accountable.
She can't tell me no now.
No.
Toya, listen, she
No.
can't. Do you know how powerful that is? Do you know
You
that's
guys-
better than money at this point?
Okay. Oh.
I can hold her to.
And she's the one that I can call in the drop of a hat. And she's
Oh,
like,
I
"Go on
can't
back."
wait. Yes, Toya,
But I'm rubbing it
yes.
in. I'm rubbing it in.
But she can't call me at a drop of a hat.
She
But
does.
yes.
Yeah.
and I will be
Yeah.
there.
No,
I will be there. for her.
My closest human to me, my most trusted confidant, and the person who keeps it real with me, she just happens to be my sister.
Isn't it wonderful?
Isn't it wonderful? Yeah, she tells me about myself. So I get that. No, she does. She tells me, like, no, stop doing this. What about this? This is this. And you're wrong.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah,
That's what you
whatever.
need. That's what you need.
I'm generally
Friends that
like,
can
yeah,
tell you the truth.
no, it is. She
You know?
no, trust me. I don't want to hear it then. I make the corrections without acknowledging to her that I've made the corrections.
Yeah.
I hear it.
So that's what it's about.
Well, definitely, we want to thank you guys for stopping by. We are actually going to get into a really quick music break, and we'll be back shortly to wrap up the Super Business Women show here on Intellectual Radio. Love for you guys to stay tuned. We got a couple more minutes left.
Thank you. All right, we got to do this quickly, guys. Yeah, I got to wrap. I got to do Chris.
Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Now so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub that love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and all them lonely nights I'm crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you
Hello,
think
and
of
welcome
me
back to the
wanna
Super Business
apologize
Women
for
show
your
here on
wrongs? Do you
Intellectual Radio.
realize after all this
It's your girl, CEO Lexi Couture. We just wrapped up a great Char Unlock segment.
Yeah, Hermanas, Amigas.
And I felt every word she was saying because I'm that person that was blessed. I actually have 7 best friends. I would not trade them for anything in the world.
Okay. Well, this ends our segment for today. Is this the last Saturday for? No, we have one more
it's
Saturday
one
for the
Saturday
Women's
this
Month.
month.
So join us next week, Saturday 3 to 5, Intellectual Radio. You can find us on YouTube, the Super Business Women Show. You can find us on all social media platforms. And do not forget, next week is my conceal and carry class. It's only $99. I'm hosting this class as a benefit. Make time to get in. Don't procrastinate. It's $99. This will probably never happen again. I'm not, never say never, but I'm doing it as a benefit because it's a lot of work for $99. If you are in need of your conceal and carry, your 3-hour renewal, give me a call at 844-426-6232 or find us on all social media platforms under JBO Training Academy. 312-937-6227 is my personal number if you have any questions. I am thecharlewis@gmail.com. Again, $99 special for the conceal and carry class for March 29th, next Saturday and next Sunday. It's imperative that you get in. I'm not changing the price again. This is a benefit to help someone. All proceeds go to assist someone. So I'm doing this as a benefit. Get in and get your conceal and carry class. And also our co-host isn't here. Crystal Lewis. If you need anything as far as real estate investments are concerned, give her a call at 312-877-6887. She also has a book. It's called the PowerCircleInvestments.com. Download it. It's free. It's a free ebook. Download it. It has all the things you need step by step to get you started and to guide you through the real estate process.
And it's your girl, Shavana. 312-632-8860 or 312-837-7219 on all social media platforms at Anointed Accounting, or you can contact my website that'll get directly to me at www.anointedaccounting. Remember, it's almost the 15th. Let's get these extensions in, people.
And we want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in. And I do want to say shout out to everyone who did tune into my live. Hey there, Tia Songbird, I see you. And this is your girl, CEO Lexi Couture. You can find me on all social media platforms at CEO Lexi Couture. Facebook is Alexis Arce. And my website is www.couturemusicmgmt.com. We want to thank you for tuning into the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. Make sure you tune in next Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time as we welcome 2 more guests still celebrating Women History Month. We have Lakina Young of LTZ Healing Hands and Monique Smith of the Bead Bar joining us. So again, tune in every Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. to the Super Business Women Show. You can follow us on all platforms at the Super Business Women Show. Have a fantastic Saturday, weekend, and week. Be blessed, be happy, be peaceful. Get you some Hermanas, Amigas, Tequila, and enjoy it. Reach out to Dr. Janice to fix your love life. We'll see you next Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. Thank you for tuning into the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio.
See y'all, Facebook family.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Do we put this?
Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and want to apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and want to apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends, not so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub that love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and all them lonely nights of crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Either way, I see a brighter day. By the way, do you think of me when the radio plays all my jams, heavy rotation? And again, do you think of me when you see me in the magazines? Do you think of me and what you could have with me? Do you think of me? Of course you do. None bad as me. Do you think of me? Mic checking, say trapping. Do you think of me and realize you're the reason I'm stressing? Do you think of me? Rewind me again. Learn a lesson. Do you think of me now that I'm running the league? You guessed it when it comes to this ink pen. Some call it gifted. I call it all the above.